Hey guys, welcome back to another pickups video. This time covering my pickups from last year or last decade, however you want to look at it. This pickups video will strictly focus on games that I picked up during the Black Friday sales and the holiday sales. And I will be making a separate video. Hopefully you guys won't have to wait months. I think I have enough games to do another separate one, covering some games that I picked up outside that holiday Black Friday sales window. So without further ado, let's just get started with my pickups from Black Friday and the holiday season. And this game, this is the only unknown, so I'm going to start with this one. I don't know, I can't remember if I picked this up during Black Friday or it was before. It was before that. Basically, it's a collection of mana. You can't go wrong with this collection of classic RPGs that have been released on the Switch, and I believe this is the only way to get the physical version, if I'm not mistaken. So exclusive to the Switch. And it was on sale, so I decided to pick it up and play it at one point, to commemorate these classic RPGs by Squaresoft or Square Enix. So collection of mana on the Switch, and following the Switch trend. I don't have many Switch games. I got a little bit burned on during Black Friday because I was getting ready to open my wallet and buy a ton of games, but Nintendo, as usual, they decided to not have any major sales during Black Friday. So games like Zelda, Link's Awakening, Luigi's Mansion 3, Fire Emblem, all those games that I really wanted to pick up during Black Friday, they were at full price. So I got burnt in there, but I did pick up a few Switch games, as I mentioned, and I'm going to continue here with Octopath Traveler. It was discounted, not by a whole lot, but enough for me to pull the trigger. I've heard so many good things about this RPG, which is a modern, it got released, I think it was last year or maybe 2018. But anyways, it's a modern RPG, but made with, retro graphics, if you will. And it's supposed to be a very good one, very solid story. And a lot of people that play this had a lot of positive things to say. So decided to pull the trigger because it was at a reduced price point. So I'm very happy to have that in the collection. Next up is Demon Machina. Also another exclusive on the Switch that got released in 2019. It was reduced at a fairly good price. Not a huge sale or anything, but decided to pick this up. I believe this also just came out on Steam. So you have that option of buying on Steam, but for some time it was a Nintendo Switch exclusive, and pretty happy to have it in the collection now. Really cool graphics and mechs customization in this one. I'm actually excited to try this one, and I do see in my pile, and I do have to go back and check. I think I just forgot to bring. I also picked up Astral Chain, another 2019 Platinum Games major release on the Nintendo Switch exclusive game. So I apologize, I'll probably show that on my next video, but that's another game that had a slight discount, and I decided to pick that up. I'm a huge fan of Platinum Games, so I don't know where I put the game. I think it's hidden in there somewhere in my piles of games, but I'll probably show it on the next pickups video. Continuing with the Switch, this is an accessory, I guess, if you want to call it that. These are controllers for the NES online service. They were surprisingly on sale, sold by Nintendo.com itself, the Nintendo online shop. So pleasant surprise because they almost never discount stuff. And I have to admit, this was almost like a impulse purchase, if you will, because I'm not a huge fan of the NES, as you guys know. I don't have a whole lot of nostalgia as I have, for example, with the Super Nintendo. So I do want to get the Super Nintendo controllers, but I'm hoping that they will have a similar sale. They will sell the SNES controllers at a discount, just like they did with this one. It was like a 50% off deal, so a little bit of a impulse buy, but I think it'll be a fun way to play two-player games with other people and using the original feel of the NES controllers. So pretty surprised that Nintendo actually decided to have these things discounted on their website, but took advantage of that. We're gonna move on into PlayStation 4 territory now. A bunch of games here. Start with a little bit of a shameful showing here with Resident Evil 2, and the reason I'm saying that is because I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, and it took me all the way to Black Friday for me to pick this game up. This was released early 2019, and as you guys know, I haven't been playing many games or much at all for the past 2 years, so I decided to patiently wait until Black Friday to get a pretty discounted copy of the game, and sure enough, got this for like 20 bucks. And I'm actually playing the game right now, so I'm hoping to do an impressions video. I'm running into some serious issues that I will probably discuss on my impressions video later on. So hopefully I can get through this and do like an actual impressions video, because I do love the Resident Evil series, and I do love Resident Evil 2. It's one of my favorite games in the series. So very excited to pick this up. Fantastic game, fantastic remake that it's just very fun to play. Next up, a game that disappointed me. I purchased this on Black Friday and I already played it a little bit, and I don't think I'm gonna spend more time. Is a Crash Team Racing, Nitro Fueled, which is basically a remake of the original CTR game on the PlayStation 1. Admittedly, I don't have a whole lot of experience with the original game, which is kind of like a cult game among kart racing fans out there. It's a game that has a lot of respect. A lot of people say that, you know, it's the true competitor to Mario Kart for the crown in the kart racing genre. So I was excited to pick this remade up, and I just have to admit that I'm not used to the sliding mechanics in this game. They're very different from Mario Kart, and my brain just doesn't register how to do the sliding in this game, or the boosting, if you will. I may give it another shot, but I was not having a ton of fun with this game, unfortunately. But I'll try to give it another shot, obviously, and I just wasn't having fun. So. But nevertheless, I picked this up for a very, very discounted price, so it's in my collection now. Another game that surprisingly reduced its price very, very quick. That game is Days Gone. It was very cheap on Black Friday. A lot of mixed reactions for this game. A lot of people didn't seem to care a whole lot, but hopefully at one point I'm going to get around to playing this game. When it was unveiled at E3, it was a very surprising game in terms of the performance, how many enemies you can have on the screen at the same time and whatnot. So I'm interested to see what Days Gone can offer, and but pass judgment myself on this game, but pretty happy to have it for a discounted price, and we'll see what the game is all about, hopefully soon. And then speaking of kart racing games, we have the latest one from Sonic, which is Team Sonic Racing. I really love Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed. I had that game on the Wii U. I also have it on Steam, and looking forward to trying this game out. I haven't heard a whole lot of praise. It's not like the game is bad. It's just I don't think a whole lot of people gave this game a chance. So I'm curious to try it myself and see what the game is all about. But from what I understand, All-Star Racing's Transform is still like the pinnacle of the kart Sonic games, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to trying this game out on my PlayStation 4. Next up, a game on a franchise that it's kind of like I'm a collector of this franchise, but I'm not playing the games, and I'm talking about Devil May Cry. This is Devil May Cry 5, which is the latest entry in the series. And I do have the trilogy there, the remaster copies. I have DMC, I have Devil May Cry 4. I have like a bunch of games, all of them on the PS4, the remasters and what have you. But I haven't played them yet. I did play the original ones back in the PlayStation 2, but I do want to relive, obviously, the series. And I've heard nothing but good things about this game, so I'm very tempted to just play straight, DMC 5 here. But we'll see if I can resist that temptation and actually dust off my Devil May Cry collection here for the PS4 and see if I can try the game sequentially or something like that. But I'm very happy to have this for a nice price during Black Friday. And speaking of franchises that I haven't played in a while, I have here Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown. This game had a lot of praise for being, the latest game in the series. This is also VR compatible. But I'm very excited to try this. I remember playing the Ace Combat games, I want to say back in the PlayStation 2 era. Yeah, looking forward to trying these games. They were fun. Hopefully this one is it's another good one, and I think it is because I've heard a lot of positive reviews for this game. So got this for very cheap on Black Friday. And trying to relive the childhood memories here with the dual pack here with Lion King and Aladdin. To my surprise, and this is how much I've been off, the gaming news and whatnot. I saw this and I was like, yeah, I'll buy it. But from what I'm seeing here in the back is that Aladdin is the Genesis version, which we all know that's the inferior version. I don't know what you guys, I don't care what you guys say. I know there is always two camps, the Super Nintendo camp and the Genesis camp. I'm Super Nintendo all the way. Aladdin on the Super Nintendo, that was one of my favorite games on the system. From what I can see here in the back, it looks like it's the Genesis version. So hopefully they have both versions in there, but I'll be a little bit disappointed because I did play the Genesis version, and I'm one of those that prefers the Super Nintendo one, so we'll see. And I don't know about the Lion King. I remember playing that on the Super Nintendo, so I don't know if the Genesis had a separate version, so I guess I'll find out, because I do remember playing the Lion King on the Super Nintendo, and I know what the game it's like. So I can't recognize any of the screens here in the back, so I guess it's time to do my due diligence and find out if these are different versions from the Super Nintendo one. And to complement the purchase, a second copy was sent to me, so I'll figure out what to do with this. I'll probably just give it away. But yeah, free of charge. They sent me 2 copies for some reason. And that's it for the games. I know I promised to do like a game room tour, game loft tour. As you guys can probably tell, the TV in the back looks bigger. That's because during Black Friday I got a bigger TV. So this is kind of like a mild upcoming spoiler alert for my game loft video. Again, it's nothing too surprising. Don't get your hopes up, guys. But the furniture here, I don't know if you guys can see, this furniture is also new. It's a little bit bigger. It can accommodate more consoles. And the TV is new. It's a Sony X950G or something like that. It's basically the latest LED model for 2019. So I did go all in as far as the TV. This is ready for 4K. Unfortunately, I don't have any 4K systems with the exception of Stadia, which I have here in the background. Stadia is the only system that can output 4K for me right now at the moment. But I'm kind of like setting myself for future proof, if you will, with the PS5, the next Xbox X, Series X or whatever. Those guys are going to be definitely in 4K definition. I don't have a PS4 Pro. I don't have the whatever the Xbox One X, I believe it's called, the top of the line one. So a little bit of a, I guess, useless purchase, if you will, at the moment. But we've been enjoying just watching YouTube videos that are 4K or, yeah, pretty much streaming content in 4K. It looks amazing. I do have to say that you can tell the difference, between an older TV set. I'm gonna miss my LG, the older set. That TV has been good to me for 10 years, and there was nothing wrong with it. It was working just fine. But it was a 42-inch LG LED TV that I bought back in 2009, which is when I bought my PlayStation 3. And now this is a 55-inch, so I upgraded not only the quality of the image, but also the size a little bit, and I'm getting adjusted to it. I know 55-inch may not sound like a whole lot, but to me this TV is huge. I'm used to gaming on smaller screens, so I'm still trying to get used to it. And like I said, the furniture is also new. It has a little bit more room for consoles, which that's why I've been holding off on making the video, because I haven't really accommodated all the other systems here. on the shelf. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know if the camera can catch everything, but I'll do a proper video once everything is done. It's just I've been very busy with work, and when the weekends come, I just want to rest. I don't want to be messing around with setting up my game loft area, which as crazy as it sounds, I just want to play games and not have to worry about setting everything up. But I do have to get around to do it, and hopefully I'll have a video of that soon for you guys. But that's it. Those are my Black Friday / holiday sales pickups. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all later.